Welcome to a tale of intrigue, power struggles, and royal drama in the heart of Russia. Today, we journey back to the 20th century, a time of tumultuous transitions and shifting alliances. Our story revolves around three key figures: Vladimir Lenin, Georgy Malenkov, Nikita Khrushchev. Vladimir Lenin, born on April 22, 1870, was a Russian revolutionary and politician who played a key role in the establishment of the Soviet Union. Lenin was the founder and leader of the Bolshevik Party, which later became the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Vladimir Lenin was born in Simbirsk, Russia, into a middle-class family. His father was a school inspector, and his mother came from a noble family. Lenin's older brother, Alexander, was executed in 1887 for his involvement in a plot to assassinate Tsar Alexander III. This event had a profound impact on Lenin's political development. Lenin became politically active during his university years, where he studied law. He embraced Marxism and joined various revolutionary groups. In 1895, he was arrested and exiled to Siberia for his involvement in revolutionary activities. In 1917, Russia was in a state of turmoil due to the effects of World War I and widespread discontent with the government. Lenin saw this as an opportunity to seize power and establish a socialist state. In November 1917, the Bolshevik Party, led by Lenin, successfully overthrew the provisional government in what became known as the October Revolution. As the leader of the new Soviet government, Lenin implemented a series of policies aimed at transforming Russia into a socialist state. He nationalized industry, collectivized agriculture, and redistributed land to the peasants. Lenin also introduced the new economic policy, NEP, which allowed for limited market reforms to revive the economy. In 1922, Lenin suffered a series of strokes that left him partially paralyzed. Despite his declining health, he remained politically active and continued to exert influence over the Soviet government. Lenin died on January 21, 1924, at the age of 53. His body was embalmed and placed on permanent display in Moscow's Red Square. Lenin's ideas and leadership left a lasting impact on the world. Under his guidance, the Soviet Union became the first socialist state, and his ideology, known as Leninism, became the cornerstone of communist movements worldwide. However, his policies also resulted in widespread repression and economic difficulties in the Soviet Union. In conclusion, Vladimir Lenin was a Russian revolutionary and politician who led the Bolshevik Party and played a crucial role in the establishment of the Soviet Union. His ideas and actions continue to shape the course of history, making him one of the most significant figures of the 20th century. Georgy Malenkov, born on January 8, 1902, in Orenburg, Russia, was a Soviet politician who played a significant role in the leadership of the Soviet Union during the post-Stalin era. Malenkov was born into a working-class family and joined the Russian Communist Party in 1920. He became involved in party activities and quickly rose through the ranks. During the 1930s, he worked closely with Joseph Stalin and held various positions within the party and the government. During World War II, Malenkov played a crucial role in coordinating the Soviet war effort. He was a member of the State Defense Committee and worked on industrial production and defense mobilization. After the war, Malenkov contributed to the post-war reconstruction of the Soviet Union. Following the death of Joseph Stalin in 1953, a power struggle ensued among the top Soviet leaders. Malenkov emerged as one of the key figures in this struggle. Initially, he became the chairman of the Council of Ministers, Prime Minister, and the first secretary of the Communist Party. However, his leadership was short-lived, as he faced opposition from other party members. Malenkov's tenure as leader was marked by attempts at political and economic reform, including a slight relaxation of censorship and the de-Stalinization process. However, his reforms were met with resistance from conservative factions within the party. In 1955, Malenkov was removed from his leadership positions and pushed into a more minor role. After his removal from power, Malenkov was appointed as the manager of a power plant and later worked in the Soviet Academy of Sciences. He was largely absent from public life and lived in relative obscurity. He died on January 14, 1988, in Moscow, Russia, at the age of 86. In conclusion, Georgy Malenkov was a Soviet politician who held prominent positions in the Soviet government and the Communist Party. While his time as the leader of the Soviet Union was short-lived, he played a significant role in the post-Stalin era and the power struggle that followed Stalin's death. Nikita Khrushchev, born on April 15, 1894, in Kalinovka, Russia, was a Soviet politician who served as the first secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union from 1953 to 1964. Khrushchev played a pivotal role in the de-Stalinization process and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Khrushchev was born into a peasant family and worked on his father's farm. He joined the Bolshevik Party in 1918 and quickly rose through the ranks. Khrushchev participated in the Russian Civil War and gained prominence for his organizational skills and loyalty to the party. During Joseph Stalin's leadership, Khrushchev held various positions within the party and government. He became a full member of the Central Committee in 1934 and was appointed as the first secretary of the Moscow City Party Committee in 1935. Khrushchev also played a role in the collectivization efforts and the purges of the late 1930s. After Stalin's death in 1953, Khrushchev emerged as a leading figure in the power struggle that followed. In 1955, he became the first secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and later consolidated his power by becoming the chairman of the Council of Ministers, Prime Minister, in 1958. Khrushchev is best known for his policy of de-Stalinization, which aimed to distance the Soviet Union from Stalin's repressive regime. He delivered a secret speech to the 20th Party Congress in 1956, denouncing Stalin's cult of personality and the crimes committed during his rule. This speech had far-reaching consequences and led to a thaw in political repression and a relaxation of censorship. Khrushchev implemented a series of domestic policies aimed at improving the standard of living for Soviet citizens. He focused on increasing agricultural production through the Virgin Lands campaign and promoted the development of consumer goods. Khrushchev also advocated for the peaceful coexistence of the Soviet Union and the capitalist West. Khrushchev's foreign policy initiatives were marked by both successes and failures. He sought to expand Soviet influence in the developing world and supported anti-colonial movements. However, his decision to place nuclear missiles in Cuba in 1962 led to the Cuban Missile Crisis, a tense standoff with the United States that brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. Khrushchev faced opposition within the party due to his erratic behavior and controversial policies. In 1964, he was removed from power in a bloodless coup led by his colleagues. Khrushchev was forced into retirement and lived in relative obscurity until his death on September 11, 1971, in Moscow, Russia. His policies and actions had a profound impact on Soviet domestic and foreign affairs, and he remains a key figure in the history of the Soviet Union. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating figures and their role in shaping the Russian monarchy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more historical content. Thanks for watching.